What's up guys, WSC Stage Creator back again with another video. Today we are counting down the top 10 best WWE action figure matches of 2020. So starting off with number 10, it's going to be the Firefly Fun House match between The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and Aleister Black. So this was our first attempt at a cinematic match. You know, this year, the year of the cinematic match, due to the circumstances of 2020, you know, you have the great Boneyard match, the Firefly Funhouse match between Cena and The Fiend, all types of cinematic matches this year, so I wanted to try my hand at one, and this was the very first. So this story right here, I saw an interview of Aleister Black online in an article where he said his real life fears were spiders, heights, and claustrophobia, and I thought, what a cool way to do a Firefly Funhouse match then. The Fiend exploiting the fears of Aleister Black. Fear is power. The Fiend uses fear as his power to beat Aleister Black in this match. I kind of wanted it to be like the Mysterio illusion scene in Spider-Man Far From Home. Took a lot of inspiration from that. But this match was really cool. You had the stuff with the spider, the heights. I really loved the walls closing in. That was a really cool thing that we did there. So a lot of creative stuff that we did here that we've never done before. We did another Firefly Funhouse match that was actually better than this one, which will be on the list a little bit later on. But this match is special because it's also got some long-term story that plays out beyond this as well. As you saw at the end of that match, Aleister Black lost to The Fiend, but we haven't seen him since. Until now, if you just saw the most recent match, Aleister Black returned, and Aleister was trapped in the Funhouse for months, physically, mentally tortured by The Fiend, and now The Fiend forcing Aleister to work with him and team with him to win the tag titles, got some sort of power over Aleister Black. So I thought that was a really cool story, and playing off that match, it makes that match just that much better. Number 9 is going to be the Hell in a Cell match for the WSC Hardcore Tag Team Championships. D-Generation X, Triple H and Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker and Kane, the Brothers of Destruction. This match was a really fun Hell in a Cell match, very good old school style but still well paced, high action match. You know, he had a lot of good moments in there. Triple H busted open, they break through the door, go up, fight at the top of the cell. Awesome ending with the last ride through the cell, onto the partner, through the tables, and the Brothers of Destruction win the titles, become the second ever champions, end the historic reign of D-Generation X. Really good, fun match. Definitely recommend watching this. Definitely recommend watching all the matches on this list, but this one is a definite must watch if you're in the mood for a Hell in a Cell. Number 8 on the list, it's going to be the Asylum Steel Cage match for the WSC Hardcore Championship. Jon Moxley defending his title against the Beast, Brock Lesnar. Now this match was a really cool match. This is coming off the Firefly Funhouse match. Brock Lesnar returned in a big way, and now he's coming for the title against Jon Moxley. A dream match here in WSC. You know, Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose in WWE, and they had a very disappointing WrestleMania 32 match, so I really wanted to rectify that and make a really cool match here. Jon Moxley, a much better character than he was as Dean Ambrose, so this match was a really fun, really good story throughout. Brock just destroying Moxley having that heart, having that fight in him, willing to get hardcore. Good drama with Moxley trying to escape the cage, but Paul Heyman just trying to screw him over there. I wish I could add Mox bleed in the face in the match, but you know, at the time I was using a custom Moxley, and you can't put any blood on a painted face like that. But now I got the AEW figure, so now it won't be a problem. Crazy ending with the F5 off the top of the Asylum, and only fitting that someone like Lesnar would be able to defeat Moxley in that amazing championship run that he had this year. Quoted Thanos in the end, dread it, run from it, destiny still arrives, and it's here. Brock Lesnar wins the title in that awesome match. Definitely go watch that. Number 7 on the list is going to be Deadly Games 2, featuring Shane McMahon, Brock Lesnar defending his title, Edge, Finn Balor, Jon Moxley, and Jeff Hardy. Was supposed to debut the new version of the championship in this match. I thought it would have been epic to hang it up all the way at the top of the Deadly Games and debut the new looking championship. Unfortunately, the title didn't come in time for that, but we made do with what we had. It's a Deadly Games match. You know it's going to be awesome. Had a lot of cool guys to work with here. Shane McMahon with the coast to coast, the spear from Edge, pillar to pillar onto the cage. Jon Moxley with a paradigm shift. It's just awesome crazy spots. Brock Lesnar F5ing Finn Balor off the top of the Deadly Games. Shane McMahon being thrown off the top of the Deadly Games through the announcer's table. Just insane stuff. It's a Deadly Games match. It's always going to be freaking epic. Had a lot of cool callbacks like the Fiend costing Lesnar the title. After the Fiend was defeated clean for the first time and his arm broken by Brock Lesnar, came back for revenge. Jeff Hardy gets revenge on Mox from the previous Deadly Games. So really cool match overall, and it is at number 7. Number 6 is going to be Edge versus Christian, tables, ladders, and chairs match for the WSC Hardcore Championship. This is one of my personal favorite matches. I really love the story of this. Both innovators of the TLC match, former best friends, now bitter enemies. Edge fighting through an injury in this matchup. I really love the story of that. Had some really cool moments, you know, Christian hanging from the title and falling down into a powerbomb. Kill switch off of a ladder bridge onto a table on the outside. Ladder tip where they both go through the stack of tables. Awesome rebound spear off the ropes using the ladder to push him into a momentum spear off the ladder onto Christian. Had a lot of fun making this match. Definitely needs to make the list. Number 5 on the list, one of our most recent matches. It's the Hardcore Championship 30-man Royal Rumble match. This match took the longest to film ever, and it is the longest video on the channel. 41 minutes, took 2 weeks of filming, pulled an all-nighter to finish editing. I was exhausted by the time I had to upload this match, but it was definitely worth it. Really, really awesome match. One of my favorite Rumbles, maybe my favorite Royal Rumble that I've made. Have a lot of good Royal Rumbles, but this is definitely the best edited match, and production-wise, looked really, really awesome in the Thunderdome with a brand new stage and everything. The Fiend starting the Rumble was a really cool touch. You know, Bray Wyatt starting and then turning into the Fiend. I thought that was a really cool idea. Could definitely see WWE copying me in next year's Royal Rumble. Great lineup of stars, really stacked lineup of stars in this matchup. Every superstar that came out is like a good superstar. Lots of monsters in this match. I love the monster moments when they come in and it's like, oh man, who's gonna eliminate this guy? It's really fun when you have that kind of stuff in the match. Easy 41 minutes to sit through. You know, it flies by real quick, and it's just a really fun match. Definitely go check it out if you haven't seen it already. Number 4 on the list is the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team TLC match for the first ever WSC Hardcore Tag Team Championships. You had the Young Bucks versus the Usos versus the Hardy Boys versus D-Generation X. Perfect way to kick off the new title. Great bunch of tag teams doing awesome things all around. Really cool stuff. The most notable moment when one of the Young Bucks did that flip off the stage onto everybody. That just looks so cool. I really loved how that turned out, how I executed that. But man, this was a perfect way to start the title off right here. And the beauty of this match was there was so many good teams in it. You didn't really know who was going to win. So it makes it that much better when it's unpredictable like that. And DX were a perfect first team to win the titles. And the plans for them to break up were there from the very beginning, and for Triple H to go on and win the title. So very good stuff, long-term booking right there for DX to win the titles and then Triple H to go off on a singles run, and then maybe Shawn Michaels. Who knows what he's going to do now after Triple H turned on him? Will we ever see him again? We'll have to wait and see. But this match, definitely a really cool way to start off the WSC Hardcore Tag Team Championships. Number 3 was the Firefly Fun House match. Bray Wyatt, The Fiend versus Jon Moxley for the WSC Hardcore Championship. This is one of my personal favorites. Again, this is so good. I really love this. Feels like a cinematic masterpiece. Had something for everybody. Was a mix of a superhero movie, a psychological thriller, and a horror movie. It told the story of Moxley hating what he used to be, whether that be his days as Dean Ambrose in WWE or when he let his dark side as the Joker take over in WSC. Not to mention Renee Young being kidnapped by the Fiend, being the driving force, the damsel in distress for Jon Moxley. He has to basically go in there by force and try and save his wife. That was a really cool touch, and he used real life aspects such as Vince McMahon promo at the start. Don't want to get into all that story, but if you know about how Jon Moxley feels about Vince McMahon's creative process, how he's running the business into the ground as he thinks, and all that why he left to go to AEW. This was really, really cool. It had so many cool moments in it, you know, the evil hounds of justice, the Joker doing to Moxley what he would do to everybody else when he like did it to Roman Reigns, smashing him over the head with a barbed wire baseball bat. The part where Jon Moxley fights all former versions of himself, that was so cool. I really love that. And I wish I could have had a Dean Ambrose from 2018 with the gas mask. That was like the worst version of Dean Ambrose. That would have been cool to put in there, but I didn't have that, but that would have been perfect. Then when Bray Wyatt threw Renee Young off the top of the balcony and Jon Moxley does a superhero jump and saves her and crashes through the ambulance, that was so cool. I really loved that. That was so badass for Jon Moxley to do that. And then the Fiend grabbing him through the ambulance, throwing him through, the horror movie elements there. And then at the end, the little nod to the Nightmare on Elm Street where he grabs him through the door. Just a really, really cool match. And one thing that really upset me during this filming of the match was I accidentally paid $400 to get the music for the video. It was late at night. I was like, where am I going to get this music from? A friend told me about a place where you could get it. I thought it was like some subscription service where it was only like 20 bucks a month or something. Turns out I was so stupid I didn't look at it properly and I accidentally paid $400 for a year subscription and got the music, but at the time I felt so robbed. But now in hindsight, I'm glad that I did it because it turned out really awesome. Amazing match, go check it out. Definitely a must-see match. These last two are voted on by you guys. Number 2 is WWE versus AEW Survivor Series match. Originally, I wanted to wait for the AEW Unrivaled Series 2 Moxley and MJF, but it got delayed at the time, so I had to use the Luke Harper Bludgeon Brothers figure for Brody Lee, and the custom Moxley I already had. I'm actually glad that I used Brody Lee because he had more story in the match, but just a great fantasy idea. What if these companies went head to head in a Survivor Series match? What would happen? And this is exactly what would happen. This was a great match. Really enjoyed it. The best non-hardcore match of the year. Great storytelling throughout. Former WWE wrestlers going to AEW trying to beat WWE. Mox all by himself at the end trying to beat the rest of Team WWE. Roman and Mox. Orton and Drew having dissension on the same team as they were feuding at the time. And then the awesome brawl at the end. The Hurt Business coming out. WWE and AEW locker room coming in, fighting each other, running down the ramp. It was so awesome. And that was actually a last minute decision to do that. It just came to my head, what if the Hurt Business came out and started beating people up? Vince McMahon sends them out. Then we thought, oh wow, what if we do WWE versus AEW brawl at ringside? And it was just epic. And a great ending with Mox and Reigns. Definitely up there with the best. This one comes in at number 2. And number 1, best WWE action figure match of the year 2020, Deadly Games 3. Last year it was Deadly Games 1 that won this prize. Now 1 year later it's Deadly Games 3. And this match was insane. No wonder this was voted the best match of the year. It was absolutely insane. So many awesome things, and I got a lot of backstory here that I want to get into. But this time we actually had a proper real like plastic structure that you could actually like get inside of and climb and hang on to, which was a lot better, and it's a lot higher as well. It looks a lot better and it's higher, so overall it looks much better, and I can't wait to use it again in the future. But it is a pain to get that thing up. It like sometimes tries to fall down. It's hard to hold that up, but it definitely is worth it when you get it up and do the match. It's a lot of fun. So this match featured Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, The Fiend Bray Wyatt defending his title, Jon Moxley, Seth Rollins, and Ricochet. Originally, the planned winner was Jeff Hardy, and he was going to win and turn heel at the event, but we actually pushed that up way earlier and he had his championship run as a heel. And also this match got delayed. We wanted it to be on the 1 year anniversary of the title's creation and have Moxley win it on the 1 year anniversary. 1 year later, Moxley would win the same title that he won the year previous for the first time. But unfortunately, that didn't work out as the Fiend figure Elite 78 and the Deadly Game structure got delayed and it didn't come in time for me to film. So we did the first ever Hardcore Tag Team Championship match on that day. It had some of the most extreme moments. Ricochet was an absolute beast in this match, doing crazy stuff. Seth Rollins fell from the top of the Deadly Games through the cage through the cell, through the ring, onto a barbed wire board. Ricochet almost died. He got thrown off the top of the Deadly Games 45 feet above, exploding through the announcer's table. Probably the most extreme moment of the year 2020 in action figure form. The Fiend and Jon Moxley, it came to them in the end. An epic finish where Moxley hits the Fiend off. He goes through an ambulance and Moxley wins the title, Mr. 4-time Mox. And fans didn't originally like Moxley winning, but I knew what I was doing. I knew the title run was going to be epic, and fans went on to say that he was the best champion of the year. You gotta trust the process here, you know. Anything WSC does, it's bound to be good. It's bound to be good. You just gotta give it some time. But Moxley definitely was the right choice of winning, even if he didn't see it at the time. He went on to have an amazing championship run, considered by many the best of the year. And yeah, this match is absolutely crazy, and no wonder it was voted the best match of the year in action figure form. Thank you guys so much for checking out all these matches this year. I really appreciate all the support, all the likes, all the comments. Please like this video, comment down below what was your favorite WWE action figure match from me this year. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you don't miss any epic videos, and I will see you all in the next video.